Welcome back to SBR Sim Racing British Touring Car Championship, and tonight we have races 7, 8 and 9 from Laguna, Seca, so a track we've not used before, and well, straight into it, why not? Here's the grid, and as you can see the Toyotas are dominant again, and they were in practice by nearly a second, and it's Lewis ahead of Nathan, Adam, Sean, Ben, Liam, Jeff doing a great job with two-wheel drive, Paul, Leon, Nick, Ashley a bit further down than he'd hoped, Rob, Will, Andrew and struggling with the two-wheel drive, and then we have the two Evos with Chris ahead of Brian. So we're getting into the race, and the camera view is not exactly the best for this, but we'll go with it anyway. That looks like it's Lewis, and in the foreground we have Nathan, and we're away, and Lewis with a good start, but no, he's not. The two Subarus come bursting through from row 2 and 3. And it looks like Sean's got the lead. He has with the yellow headlights. Ben up to second, so the Subarus have burst through. Adam's up to third by the looks of it, and the Toyotas have gone absolutely nowhere. In fact, Paul's punted Lewis at the back. He's gone really wide, and Liam's moved him back another position. So from first and second they're down to 5th and 6th. Disaster for the Toyotas, but the Subarus are up front and away. So, wow, didn't expect that, and wow, that's a great camera view, and there's a RAC car off already. But he's back onto the track, so everyone's made it round, and it's Sean with the lead, and Sean's fighting for the championship. But we have a replay now of the start, and a better view, and a bit of wheel spin from Adam allows both Subarus through and past. Ben's actually on the dirt and still manages to get past those cars. So wow, from 4th and 5th on the grid up to 1st and 2nd, and the other Mustang meanwhile has got a great start. It's passed 2 cars already, past Leon, past Jeff, now trying to go around the outside of Nick. And that's ballsy, and I think we'll see the incident here where Paul hits the back of Lewis. We do. And Lewis gets sent out wide, which has allowed Liam through and Adam through at the same time. And around the outside goes Ashley, so he's being brave. Will on his outside now, so he's up to 8th place. And one final look at it from Liam. Gets a lot of wheel spin from the rear wheel drive, but gets a pretty good launch. You can see the Subaru's just bursting through, and the Toyotas just went nowhere. Liam goes around the outside and is lucky not to be collected by Lewis, who's out of control from the contact from Paul's RAC car. But back to the race, and Sean will be loving this. It's between Sean, Adam really, and Lewis for the championship, I would say, unless Nathan can win a few more races, because he's charged up through after missing the first rounds, and is currently sitting 6th in the championship on 69 points. So he needs to do wins. And he was hoping to do wins, but unfortunately those bad starts have hindered, and Adam's up the inside of Ben and going into the corkscrew. Ben holds it round the outside. They both go side by side, and Ben's back through, so not letting that one go, not letting the Subaru 1-2 go. And in the background Rob's gone off at the corkscrew and drops down to 12th place, Leon up to 11th. And then the two RSC boys, Will just behind his teammate, he won't like that, and he's trying to go through already. A bit of contact, remember your teammates boys, for Christ's sake, as they go into the last corner. Leon dives up the inside of Will and gets past both RAC cars, and now Will spun his teammate and he's pushed Paul into the wall, and that's just you just don't do that. That's a cardinal sin. You do not take your teammate out, and Paul's actually retired from the race in disgust, as Brian's running wide and just not looking quite at it tonight. Meanwhile, Liam's birthday surprise car is in 4th place. It's Liam's birthday at the time of this race. I think he was 11 years old or something. I can't remember his exact age, but yeah, if you get a closer look at his car, it's covered in balloons and birthday wishes from Ashley, who does the design. So yeah, great look to the car. But less of that and more of this. Sean's leading as they head up the hill. Ben 2nd, Adam 3rd, 4th Liam 5th, Lewis 6th is Nathan, who just looks a bit shell shocked, and then the rest of the guys come flying up that hill. Great shot. Will feeling a bit probably guilty after spinning his teammate round and kind of ruining their races, but into this corkscrew we go, and Liam's gone out deep, and you can see the ribbon on the side and the balloons and the cake as well on the side. Quite funny. Adam stays 3rd though in the Mustang, but all the time these guys are battling. The Subarus are starting to edge away up front, which is not what was forecast. The Toyotas are still in touch though, and with their pace they could still be a threat later in the race, as Lewis tries to go down the inside of Liam. Liam's wide and Nathan's wider. Nathan just not quite with it in the opening laps. You'd expect him to be straight at the back of these guys, but just we've had 3 laps now and he's still not quite, or 2 laps, sorry, and he's still not really made any moves. But Lewis is making a move and he's down the inside of Liam, and then his next victim would be Adam if he can. As Liam drops a wheel off. And a penalty there for Ash. Rob in 10th with Jeff, who's going to struggle at this track. Front wheel drive only and the weight over the front as well. And it's quite a harsh track on tyres, so there was talk that Renaults might do a pit stop, but it wasn't 100%. Sean now with quite a good lead. Meanwhile, everyone's third. Lewis looking down the inside of Adam, but Adam's covered that well, and as we've mentioned in previous races, the power of the Mustang can get him out of a lot of trouble. See the Subaru's escaping over the hill. Rapid fit forward under attack by 2 cars. Liam's trying to fit through as well. 3 cars into 1 at the corkscrew has never been tried before and has never worked before, and it hasn't worked this time. And they pretty much somehow went out of that in the order they went in, so that's a mystery. But Lewis it is that looks the faster of the 3, and now Nathan has joined the party. He's decided he better get involved, and he's down the inside of Liam there in the background, and it looks like he's through, and he is. So Nathan finally waking up in this race. Ash doing a good job at 8th, started 11th as Nick takes his penalty off line like you're supposed to. Just gets rid of it, makes his job a lot easier later in the race. Liam down the inside of Nathan, so he's retaliating. So he must have had a good run down the straight. But Nathan holds the position at the moment, the champion from last season. So they go under the Cooper Tyres bridge. And that's Leon in 7th place, doing a great job. I don't think he's quite as pissed this week. Last week he was horrifically drunk. And yeah, well, it didn't go too well. But he assures me he's only had 10 shots tonight, so I'm sure he'll be able to at least see out of one eye. So that's a good thing. And Lewis round the outside, a great move. Round the outside of Adam. Adam sideways, must have had contact with Nathan, and he has. And that'll put Liam straight past Nathan again as on the run up to the corkscrew. And through they go, 1 car at a time through there. As I mentioned, Leon doing a great job in 7th. Jeff doing well to hang on in 10th with the disadvantage that he has. And Andrew's just not feeling it. He is really having troubles, but this is the result of all the battling. The Subarus are away and they've had 4 laps in which to build the gap. Lewis is up to 3rd now though, and like I say, with the pace they had in practice, surely will come back at the Subarus. And Nathan, already, like I say, is still making moves. He can stop making mistakes, he'll come back through. Looks like he's trying to repass Liam. Same place he did it before. If Liam can get an overlap though, he can keep the place. Nathan should dive down the inside, but Liam brakes as late as hell. And it looks like he might have got that, but no, Nathan's still battling. And Liam's off again at that corner. It's starting to become his corner, and it's given a penalty for that, so it's too wide. Adam drops a wheel off. See, Lewis likes clobbering those sausage curbs. Doesn't seem to be scared of them. Most people try to stay away from him. Leon the same. And most people tend to try to stay away from him. And the L plates on Ashley's car is more of a joke than anything. He's far from a learner. Nick dropped back to 11th after taking his penalty, but here's pretty much the best battle on the track, and it's Liam versus Nathan. Nathan carrying a hell of a lot of speed through that bottom bend, but the BMW is not shy on the straight. Even carrying the weight of a birthday cake on the side, it's still pretty quick up the straights. Down through this twisty section, which will suit the Toyota. The Toyota horrifically fast in corners like this, especially through the corkscrew and change of directions. You can see there how much speed he was carrying through the corner. So it's just flicked down the inside. Surely Adam's taking his penalty, by the way, at the same time, which is why his car's a bit see-through. And yep, Nathan down the inside and retakes position from Liam, but can the power of the BMW tell and get him alongside? It has. But now can he do another real late brake round the outside? I think, to be honest, Nathan's too far up the inside and just got to let the brakes off. Nathan's just got to let the brakes off and he should get the position, and does. So Nathan up to 5th. And that's both Toyotas now starting to make progress, but it's taking a lot longer than we've anticipated. Liam off again. Leon copying his teammates. They must. Oh, Ash is completely sideways. Comes into view broadside. So someone needs to tell Ash this isn't the National Drift Championships. And here we are back at the lead, so Ben is actually closing in on Sean a bit, but I'm sure they'll have team orders because Sean's got a chance at the championship. Ben not really, because he's had a horrific season. Third is Lewis, and he's closing, but not as fast as we anticipated because of the advantage. Nathan looks like he's having a run at Adam up towards the corkscrew. For some reason we've left that. Shoot the cameraman, but nope. Looking at the yep, Nathan has done it, so Nathan has made the position. We'll see now as they come into this last corner in the background. Yep, Nathan is through. So he obviously overtook going into the corkscrew. So these Subarus then are being slowly caught by Lewis, but again, I think Lewis is making a few mistakes because he's getting penalties. So he's up to 0.4. There we go, Nathan 4th, Adam 5th, Liam 6th. And dropping back a little bit. And there's Leon doing a great job in 7th, and he's easily 7th. He's got no opposition. 8th is Rob, 9th is Ash, 10th Nick, and 11th is Jeff. 12th is Will, who's in the doghouse. But Sean looking good up front. Ben's doing the team thing and just battling off anyone that comes near them. And you just feel like the Toyotas, if they can just get themselves together, will be there. And again, Lewis has got more of a penalty, and he get more of a penalty for that because he's completely cut the second part of the corkscrew. Looks like Nathan's sort of woken up in this race now. He's absolutely flying. And there's Ash, Jeff, and that we've mentioned. Jeff, don't know how his tyres are faring, but he seems to be keeping up with the Hyundai at the moment, so that's good news. Andrew's not having as much luck, and the Mitsubishi's way out the back, unfortunately. But yeah, Sean looking good. Still leads, and he's only, I think he was a couple points behind the championship. So if it stays like this at this moment, as positions are, the live championship update sort of thing, is that Sean will be leading by like a point or two, so it'll all be changed around. But Adam needs to try and do a bit better than 5th if he can to stay in the battle. But I don't think he can, and if anything, Liam's catching him. And there's Leon, who's not that far off his teammate. And the rest all pretty well strung out, to be honest. Not too much to talk about at the back. I think the main battle is going to be for the lead, and Andrew does pit, so we anticipated one of the Renaults might pit, but I think Jeff's going to try and hold it on. And I think an even bigger penalty now for Lewis, so that's probably because of cutting the corkscrew. Whoa, Liam almost up the back of Adam. Just managed to get it stopped. And Sean's a bit wide there. And a lock up into the last corner as well, so Sean's starting to feel the tyres. The Subarus went off at a really fast pace to start with, and that can cause issues later in the race. The Toyotas are really good on tyres, being like mid-engined and front engine, sorry, and rear-wheel drive. So obviously the weight's kind of like spread out a bit, and the car's light anyway. So those cars are much better on the tyres. So they may be a factor in the closing stage of this race. We've got like 3-4 laps to go. To me, looking at the cars, Ben's car looks a bit more planted, as again Lewis is using the whole of the tracking a little bit more. Nathan's closing in though. Nathan's using a bit of the tracking a little bit more, and now these two are together. So Adam now with Liam all over him, and Liam looks like he could switch to the inside. No, he's going for the outside, maybe get a cut back or try and go all the way around the outside. That's brave, because the car in front tends to do that and run out wide. So let's go on board with Adam and look, see where Liam is quicker. Is he quicker through this bottom bend? Yes. But then the Mustang will use all its brute power up the hill. Now, like I say, the BMW's not shy, and I'm sure Liam will go for it here. He's close enough, he's good at this corkscrew, and he's through. Bit of contact on the exit, but Liam had the corner, could have given a little bit more room maybe, but that's racing. And Liam is through. And Adam gets a penalty for his troubles. And looks like Nathan is past Lewis. Just seen a flicker on the scoreboard there, and yep, Nathan is past, so Lewis is taking his penalties. off the racing line, and that's put Nathan up to third. And to be honest with you, Nathan is flying. So the Subaru's starting to drop off. These guys now, yep, Nathan's in like the 26s, and the Subarus are in the early 28s. So they really need to get on with it. And Ben's looking a bit restless behind his teammate Sean. Sean's starting to struggle with tyres. He's not holding the same sort of lines as he was before. As you can see, he's running wide there. So what will they do? Will they continue to fight and let Nathan catch up, or will they do the team game? Ben now all over the back of Sean, and Sean does let him through. You can see lets off the power, and they obviously talked over the radio and decided that was the best thing to do. Ben's still got a bit of pace left. Sean's starting to struggle. So if they want to win this race, one of the team cars, then they had to do that. Now Sean's going to be the one that has to hold back the Toyota, or the Toyotas, if Lewis can get his act together. So can Ben now use what's left of his tyres to pull a gap? You can see already he's starting to pull a couple car lengths. Yep, starting to pull away already. So Nathan though already has caught Sean, so it just shows you how fast that Toyota is around that section. And there is Lewis in the background, but he's got a bit of work to do. Nathan trying the outside, that's brave. Probably won't get through there ever. Still looking back down through the field, but nothing really doing. Everyone seems pretty line of stern. Some great performances though. It's not to say there isn't any great performances. Leon in 7th catches the eye. And now Nathan, oh, he almost went for the cutback, almost got it. If it wasn't for that sausage curb, he probably could have got it, but you can just see the difference in tyre performance right now. I think Nathan got a penalty there. He did, 0.5, so knowing Nathan, he'll take that, and he will. There you go. But Lewis still not quite in the battle. Liam's cemented 5th. He's pulled away from Adam. And if anything, Leon could probably see Adam, so Leon doing a fantastic race. And there's Ash doing a pretty good job as well. Started 11th, currently 8th, but he has got Rob for company. Sean though has got Nathan right back at him, so managed to hold him off through the top section. But look how fast that Toyota is through that corkscrew, it's ridiculous. And then down through here, look how fast it is again. He's just driving through the Subaru. He's being held up so much, and now Sean's hit the sausage curb and pushed it. That's pushed him out wide and into Nathan. Nathan was trying to go around the outside, which is a bit ambitious, but it might have worked on another day. And now he's got his teammate all over him. So is that the deciding factor? Because as we go on to the last lap, Ben leads, which is something that no one thought was going to be possible this season after the run of results he's been on. But Adam's dropped back, and why is that? And he's gone off at the bottom corner up towards the corkscrew and lost it big time and slammed into the barrier. Wow. And is that going to let Leon through? Leon's up to 6th place all of a sudden. Fantastic. But like I say, Ben's leading, and no one predicted that. He's got the lead. He's not even had a podium this season, so this would be his first podium, and he'd do it with a win. But the Subaru worked as a team, and it's working out for them. At the minute, the first and second, I don't think Nathan's close enough to Sean after that mistake, or that collision, whichever way you want to see it. But Ash doing a great job, and now the two Hyundais are together, and it is Rob ahead of Nick. Nick's the most experienced driver with the car. Obviously Rob come in after the first couple rounds. So, well, what are they going to do? Are they going to sort this out between them? And Nick does dive through. So Nick takes the position on the last lap, or does he? Because Rob's gone for the cutback. God, don't do an RAC, boys. In fact, you saw Rob brake and get out of it, but it is coming into the last corner. It's going to be Ben that wins, but Nathan's caught Sean, so that tells you everything you need to know about Sean's tyres. Sean's covering the inside. Nathan will try the outside like he did a couple laps ago, which didn't work then, and it looks like it may not work now, but Ben's going to win. Flash of the lights for the red 5, and he wins the race. Who's going to be second as we come across the line? It is Sean from Nathan, and then 4th for Lewis, being chased down by Liam at the end. So Lewis obviously made a few more mistakes. Liam 5th on his birthday. 6th, well, that's undecided, because here comes Adam and the power of the Mustang. Is it enough to get him across the line? No. Leon takes what I think is a career best 6th. 7th for Adams. 8th for Ash, so not a great day for Mustang. Good for Ash though. And then 9th and 10th for the two Hyundais. 11th for Will, 12th for Jeff, 13th looks like being Chris, which is good for Chris. Really, Chris is tended to be the last guy, but he's beat his teammate today. His teammates got driver of the day of the first round, remember, so he's no mug. It looks like Chris is going to beat him though, fair and square. Chris will beat Andrew, but Andrew pitted for tyres, remember, and the Renault's really not up to the task on this track. And then across the line for 15th will be Brian, who's just he's not really enjoying the Evo. So that's the results. So Ben from Sean, Nathan, Lewis, Liam, Leon, great result. Adam, Ash, Nick, Rob, Will and Jeff. Fastest lap went to Lewis on lap, I think that says 5 or 8, I can't see, the screen's too small. But anyway, join us for round 8 again at Laguna Seca, and it'll be the finishing order of that race. See us for that.